I'm now on the way to Felix, and we're gonna sign the contract today. So excited. Alright, since many years I have this big dream of actually one day being able to live on a sailboat. I think it started all when I hit first the sea and realized how I was affected by the weather, the nature, and being out there.
There is the land! I cannot see it.
Felt so comfortable and so connected with myself and the world that like slowly this dream started to build up, like what if one day I could spend more time on a sailboat, or maybe even be able to have a floating office. And for a very long time this dream was just like marinating in the back, like slowly cooking, but I always found a lot of excuses why this would not be possible, that I don't have the money, that the time is not right, like how can I make my business work, and you know maybe yourself when you have a big dream and then you suddenly find all these excuses of not doing it until one day you realize, oh, maybe now it's too late. And so the beginning of this year, it was a very tough time, not only medically but also personally, and I was thinking a lot, like contemplating a lot about my life, and I had actually two epiphany moments. The first one was when I was in the hospital recovering from my last surgery, and I just became aware again that how fragile this life is and how precious our time is, and how quickly actually it can change, how quickly just maybe it's over. I mean, it sounds harsh, but I really had this realization when I was lying in the hospital bed. And I was thinking about my life and what I do with this video, and share my story and tell people, hey, you live your life before it's too late and so on. And I was asking myself, am I actually doing this? And I came to a conclusion of saying yes and no at the same time. Like somehow I'm doing a lot. I'm living a lot of my dreams and I fight for them, but then like other dreams I was just putting away and like hiding them in the drawer, like this dream with sailing. And so coming to this insight that time is so precious, it was the first time that I was actually sitting down on a computer and going through the numbers and saying, okay, what if, and like making it a bit more concrete. And then something really magic happened, something amazing. I was reaching out to Felix, you know Felix from all the sailing I did in Canada and across the Atlantic.
And we will catch all the crabs, maybe 10, 15.
I think there are two.
Two, okay. Two is enough.
Good.
And asking him, hey Felix, can you help me a bit with like finding or supporting me as a mentor with finding a boat and giving me advice? And I was looking on websites and like what kind of boats are out there, what is my budget, and I shared a lot of like links and possible targets with him to see like what actually he could, or what I could do, what kind of boat I could afford. And he was giving me a lot of advice, and I found some of them which were actually quite reachable. But then the problem with it is like I don't want to have just a boat to have a boat, I want to have a boat to go offshore and crossing Atlantics, and so you need a certain kind of specification and certain kind of size, which of course makes it more expensive, which is above my budget. And so anyhow, I was just going on with this process and enjoying it and having like reanimating my dream. And I think that's so interesting when you have a dream that sometimes you store it away. To reanimate it can be very, very uplifting and activating. So I was doing this for a while And then at one point, probably around a month ago or so, I suddenly received a voice message from Felix reaching out to me and say, "Hey Martin, look, I was thinking that you're looking for a boat, and the boat that you're looking for is actually quite similar to the one I have." And so he proposed to me and said, "Why are we not making a boat sharing?" And I was completely taken by surprise, like not expecting anything like that. And I was like, yeah, we got a bit into, okay, what you mean, and what he had in mind. And he was like really saying, okay, he was like proposing that we really make a boat sharing, like equal partners, you buy in half of it and we make all the decision together. And I was just like blown away, of course, about the opportunity. But also I knew that his boat is a beauty and it's probably a little bit above my budget. And so I was on one side excited, but on the other side also like scared, like, oh, how should I make that work? Long story short, we met, and Felix, like with the big heart he made me an offer that was actually so generous and so like making it available for me to buy myself into this boat over the next years, but also like now to get a commitment, but then over the next years I can actually pay off all my shares. And it was just like when he offered me it was such a big moment. I think he knows what it means to me. It was kind of similar to when I signed up the first time to my triathlon, that suddenly life was offering me something that gave me some kind of new perspective. And yes, now you hear, I'm in the train. I'm actually on the way to Felix because today we're gonna sign the contracts. Really excited. Okay, well now I have to go out. Okay, so Felix, can you tell us what we are doing now?
You know, we are signing the contract, and you get property of the current event, half. We are partners now. And the interesting thing is about being an owner of a boat. There are 2 days you are very glad.
Which are?
The day you buy the boat,
Yes.
and the day you sell the boat.
All right, so we start with the first one.
Yes,
The day.
okay.
Okay. Wow! Felix, looking forward to this adventure.
Looking forward.
Thank you.